don't even understand what he thinks he's going to accomplish. Because at this point, we know. I mean, we knew the day he took out the form. Because it's a public record. More diligence. We do our fucking jobs. I'm at the corner of Holland and Nichols Street, right in the heart of Ward 3 in Lewiston, and I'm out knocking doors tonight. As many of you out there know, I'm running for the Lewiston School Committee to represent my friends and neighbors in Ward 3, and I've been out knocking doors, introducing myself to my potential constituents since late last month. And I just wanted to share a few thoughts about that.
No business being
after
here.
She was president.
Goodbye. I am done with you.
Okay.
I don't even understand what he thinks he's going to accomplish. Because at this point, we know. I mean, we knew the day he took out the form. Because it's a public record. More diligence. We do our fucking jobs. But as if there was any kind of explanation or excuse. This little performance.
Maura Murphy to Sophia Khalid. Are you really okay with Ward 1 candidate Ed Hill being excluded from Democratic Party organized events? What does that say about the Lewiston Democrats' idea of democracy? Parentheses. I would ask on the Lewiston Dems page directly, but they have blocked me from commenting because I don't follow the current party line. Sophia Khalid to Maura Murphy. Last time I remember, even when this forum happened, he was in the hospital, and if he wasn't, he's sick and couldn't make it. The organizers reached out to the candidates. Sophia Khalid, also to Maura Murphy. Let's be clear here. Whether it be a rally or a candidate forum, I strongly want him to be a part of it. I doubt he wants to be a part of any, since he ignored people when we wanted to get in contact with him. While at it, Maura, since you seem to be the communication person for him, his campaign, ask him, number one, why he withdrew from the school committee race. I was the first person to sign his papers. 2, why, when my original opponent dropped out, parentheses, closer to the last day you can be on the ballot, close parentheses. Did he decide to run against a friend that was planning to help him with the school committee race? 3, Ed Hill, tagged. Why was the decision to run against a friend, a fellow Democrat, last minute? Why not before you decided to run for school committee? Maura then have the audacity to come to my page and say we are silencing or bullying. Please tell me how we are silencing or bullying. Screenshots, examples, provide me proof. Stop with the accusations, Maura. I hope you are better than this. Maura Murphy to Sophia Khalid. I simply asked why he hadn't been included and if this was okay with you. Anyone, Ed included, has the right to run for any position, any time, for any reason. That is how democracy works. It is worth protecting. Sophia Khalid. I did answer your questions. Seems like you were looking for other answers. That speaks to your viewpoint. Beth Matthews to Sophia Khalid. Both of the candidates who ran have been bullied to drop out. That's not democratic. It's not American. It's disturbing. And if you're a leader that cares for the integrity of our elections, you would tell Kiernan Majerus Collins to stop. And Sophia Khalid, it's called political speech. Learn it. And she laughed. Sophia Khalid to Beth Matthews. By who? And what proof do you have that this happened? I'd love to meet both of the people you talk about and see what they have to say. Ed Hill tagged. Want to meet? Let me know where and when.
It is my hope that each person receiving this letter will respond in a way that reflects the principles, ethics, and commitment to Lewiston that so many of you have displayed in your years of involvement with the Lewiston Democrats. Longtime Democratic Party member and officer Ed Hill did not deserve to be hounded at his own home under cover of darkness by a party leader young enough to be his child. Chris Beam says, you make a number of assertions that frankly I find dubious. I don't have time to address all of them, but there are a few that seem weak, if not outlandish. I could go on, but I think your message so far amounts to a screed that has little, if any, credibility. Representative Margaret Craven in response to Chris Beam. Chris, I am so proud of you. Well done. Dick Wagner. I'm sorry, Maura, but your version of this story is not what I've heard from other knowledgeable Democrats whom I respect. I think most of us have discussed your version, but it has been presented in such an argumentative way that I, for one, find further response unhelpful. Sorry.
Ed emailed us 3 MP3s, and we attempted to put them all together, but it would have been too long, and the files were huge enough as it was, transcribing everything, so they ended up being in different parts. And of course, as the story has unfolded, it has become more of a story that needed to be told. Everyone deserves to know, regardless of who you're voting for. I think it's very clear who the star of this production is, and it's not Sophia, it's Kiernan. You know, he can say, this isn't about me, this is about Sophia. Well, you know what, Kiernan? Don't dodge the laser focus that has been put on you and your words and the recording of you and your actions and your behavior, and stand behind Sophia and use racism the way you have to exploit this situation. That's wrong. That's using Sophia as a token. And it is fundamentally wrong to use racism to avoid any accountability for what you did. We read the private message Sophia allegedly sent a constituent directly blaming us for encouraging any kind of vile and racist attack against her. And I challenge her to back that up with concrete evidence, or furthermore, call the police, Lewiston Police Department, and have them investigate whether or not we did or not. If she is experiencing death threats, she should most certainly report that to the authorities. But to insinuate we had anything to do with it is really just connecting the wrong dots and maligning us. I mean, honestly, the audacity of Kiernan to even remotely suggest that we are taking advantage of Ed in a weakened state is despicable. He has no firsthand knowledge. He has not even remotely asked Ed how he's doing, if he's his friend. Neither has Sophia, for that matter, or Owen. You know, we made sure that Ed was in a position of healing. And when Ed started feeling better and we could see that he was ready to get this off his chest and to defend himself. Before this time, he was not medically fit to do so. I really think that Sophia has shown us that she is very young and impressionable. One of the first quotes that I picked out when Kiernan introduced her candidacy was she was running to increase spending. It's one of the worst things you could say to property owners in Lewiston that fear property tax increases. You know, here Sophia is blaming what Kiernan did on racism. She's blaming Ed for having the audacity to run against her and us for having the audacity to question her on her campaign page. And I just really think that shows that she has been misled. This is politics in America. This is politics in Maine. This is politics in Lewiston. And she's going to be hard-pressed to find an example of a campaign that, although they wish it were low-key, it really hasn't been low-key. The only thing low-key about it has been the truth has been hidden. One of the things that really sticks out to us is Kiernan brings out the fact that he's on the county budget. And Ed, what are you going to do if you're elected city council and you're going to duck me there? And he thinks it's laughable that Ed's going to win now. And there should have been no talk at that door about what position. He went there as an official he sits on multiple chairs. This is someone in our community that has been obviously abusing his power. Yeah, to be accused of being a Republican that frequently, engages in Lewiston politics is laughable. I think anyone that has known me even since 2015, since Lewiston Rocks opened, knows full well that I am not in any way, shape, or form a Republican, and neither is Maura. And the Democratic Party leaders had every moral and principled reason to weigh in on this, or at the very least say, we are finding out about this and we're going to look into it, or it's in your best interest to know, instead of shooting the messenger. I think it's really deplorable that it got to the personal level of attack. For someone, these are people that are sworn to uphold our Constitution. You don't have to like my tone, and I don't owe you any explanation for that. As an elected official, when I bring something to the Democratic Party, they should care. They should care. Not just amongst Democrats they respect. You don't respect my vote? Okay.